Yeah, the second map is going to be Shakur's Plateau, and right away, we see spawning up in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is Alicia. And trailing 0-1 down in the bottom right-hand corner of Shakur's Plateau. Make some noise, show some love for HuK.
I always think Shakuros is a really interesting pick because I think it's by far the best Blink Stalker map out there. There's so much surface area to dance around in the main base. We know HuK's PvP, we know he loves Blink Stalkers. Of course, often with a Robo, but sometimes on this map you will see people try to play it without a Robo just because hoping the other guy will do it with a Robo.
Yep.
You force a fight in the middle of the map, you have a few Blink Stalkers more, and that can make the difference. But it's also an excellent map for Phoenixes, and it can be a good map for Warp Prism Robo as well, if you somehow expect that your opponent is going to believe Robo expand.
In other words, Kev, there's just no real way to know what the other guy's going to be up to. And at this point, there's no real way for us to know, because it's pretty standard. I think Alicia's scouting a little bit faster than he did the last time, though.
Yep, just a little bit. Or actually, maybe it's around the same time, but the
Second pylon
is
when he sends it out.
HuK once more is not scouting at all. He's going to scout most likely with the Zealot if he opens up with the Zealot. I actually do think it would be nice for HuK to scout the double gate opening if Alicia is going to do it once more. Then again, I don't think it really changes anything in HuK's build order once he scouts double gate. So I can still understand that he rather saves the resources and just tries to figure it out with the units.
And he still hasn't started that Zealot.
And we're going to have to keep a really close eye on this probe. HuK saw that pylon too late in the previous game. Even though I'm not sure if it would have been much of a tell, maybe he would have warped in a sentry instead of that third stalker, and everything would have been different.
I don't think HuK's going to make a Zealot, Kev. I think he's going to go with the little bit of 3-stalker action.
He is actually, maybe even more than that. Maybe a little bit afraid after all from the early game aggression that Alicia had in the previous game. We see the second gate going up for Alicia as well. And this is of course an awesome map to open double gate with the stalkers. If you want to follow it up with Blink Stalkers, this only makes sense.
Kev, when you play PvP, you love to get those 3 stalkers early. This is actually my favorite opening in PvP, the 2-gate variation of this, because you get the economy going pretty well. And then you get the 3 stalkers out, you can take the map control. Talk us through a little bit of maybe the thought process behind the build.
It's all that you say, man. It's all map control. As soon as you have units out on the map, you don't have to worry about what's going on behind you. So if your opponent is going to do something really crazy, like 4-gate or like heavy 3-gate aggression, you will often see it coming in time, and you should have enough time. HuK should get this probe. Oh!
Shields regenerated just in time, and Alicia not able to save it. He got the probe, everybody cheer!
First blood, man. First blood is pretty important. We see a third gateway going up for HuK already, so he's not nearly attacking as hard as he did in the first game. And I can still only imagine he's going to follow this up with the Twilight Council. I do think with the Robo as well. I actually think both players will play Blink Stalkers with the Robotics Facility. Even though, no, actually...
Alicia might be getting ready to expand.
Yeah, I think actually he's going to go just Robo expand. Which is not bad against Blink Stalkers at all if you're able to split your army up correctly. HuK's pylon is actually going to go to the other side, and the pylon...
Was it seen? I don't think it was.
Nope, not yet.
Really, wow, 2 pylons very aggressively placed, and Alicia's going to drop the Nexus off of just 2 gates, Kev.
3-gate pressure coming in from HuK. HuK is at 24 probes. Alicia's even pylon going up on the high ground. Will Alicia be able to spot that one?
Yes, he's absolutely going to see that one, but I think HuK still has a lot of initiative here. He's got 5 stalkers out. He's able to warp in very aggressively.
And he spotted the other one as well. He spotted the one which is a little bit closer. Oh, HuK's not actually cancelling this. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I think he should have. Oh, he's going to be able to perhaps cut off those
Look at the position here. He goes right up the ramp, and he's going to have a good position to fight from. One stalker falls very quickly, but HuK's just going to keep it. Great force fields by Alicia.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to these stalkers on the low ground.
And they're not able to shoot at all, and Alicia with just beautiful positioning.
Wow. Absolutely amazing force fields here by Alicia, but he does have a lot of sentries right now.
Yeah, but at this point, given those losses, HuK actually has the unit disadvantage. It's well, now there's 6 stalkers to 4, but the 4 sentries, they're able to force field, they're able to guardian shot, and more great force fields there by Alicia. HuK picks off 1 stalker, but he's going to lose 2.
Wow. Really, really beautiful defense right there by Alicia. And I can understand HuK. He felt he had to run up immediately because perhaps he saw the two zealots. Yeah, he saw the sentries attacking the pylon. Ooh, HuK is actually going to follow this up with a Dark Shrine. And just now, the robotics facility is being wiped in for Alicia.
Yeah, Robo builds a lot faster than the Dark Shrine, Cav. I think HuK is digging himself a bit of a hole here.
But there's still the possibility when he's only going for one observer and then an immortal, that the observer is going to be out in the map by the time that HuK starts walking. So Stalker solo on it.
A couple of zealots are going to come up and I guess add to this fighting force, and Alicia realizing that he's not got enough to fight out on the map, going to back up to the top of the ramp once again. Production tab shows us that the Robo's finishing the Dark Shrine about halfway complete.
As I said, what HuK really has to hope on is that Alicia only goes for one observer. The observer goes out on the map to check if HuK is actually going to expand or not. I can only imagine that he opens up with the observer. Yes, he is. He's going to rally it.
Right to the Stalkers.
That would be pretty smart.
He's going to park it right over HuK's army, and I think he might even go double observer given how much he's killed.
But HuK could still follow this up with Archons as well. He's trying to break the front with a lot of zealots. As we can see, he already has quite a few zealots. But he did not research charge, and I'm a little bit surprised by that. So
and no, Alicia does go right into the Immortal production. So the observer spots the Stalkers.
Oh, this is the Dark Templars being wiped in right now. This is not the moment, HuK.
It's really not the moment.
He's going to reveal the Archon. So he's not actually going to even try, and now he knows.
He's just going to go for it. He's going to wait for the Archon. He's going to try to bust the force fields, and maybe with the Zealots he can make something happen. He's going to need perfect control.
Top 3?
Better. And here we go. Zealots are going to get into the mix. DT is also able to do some pretty good damage. Archon adding a lot to it. No, Alicia's not even casting force field. He's just using Guardian Shield and letting those sentries fight. Probes are going to come off the line. Force field's going to lock everything down, and I do think Alicia's going to have more than enough.
Also, the Stalkers do get away, though, but as you said, first Immortal is in the mix now as well. That was okay for HuK.
Man, Alicia is playing some flawless PvP.
Yeah, those force fields in the start is really what decided. They couldn't have possibly been any better. He caught off enough units to make it hurt for HuK, and also enough for him to still be completely safe and able to micro away his sentries, not giving HuK the DPS that he was hoping for. It was absolutely perfect defense.
Indeed it was, and now what? It's kind of the question we're all left with. HuK is obviously going to have a really hard time expanding, Kev.
He is. It's just too late for that right now. So I think he's going to just try to do the same thing once more with 2 Archons this time. And still a lot of Zealots. But Alicia is starting to bring in quite some Zealots himself as well. The 2 Immortals are going to add amazing DPS to the Stalkers that HuK has. And HuK needs a miracle.
Here we go. 2 Archons it is. Zealots doing what they can. And Alicia with a great position at the top of the ramp. Immortals hammering away. Stalkers and Sentries doing the rest of the work. And GG. Alicia takes a quick 2-0 lead.
As you said, man, Alicia's playing fantastic PvP, absolutely flawless, just doing nothing wrong. And I kind of wonder if HuK perhaps should have tried to pick up those 2 Stalkers which were on the low ground rather than try to run up straight away. The force fields from Alicia, as I said, they couldn't have possibly been any better, but maybe he should have just tried to get the shots off and then later on try to make something happen.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a very real possibility, Kev. He overcommitted. He overcommitted to the fight. It's impossible to say whether or not.
Well, I mean, how often are you going to see a player drop perfect force fields in this critical situation? Because if you miss one force field, the unit can stream through. It's already going to be so much harder because then you have those DPS with low, the sentries with low DPS. The Stalkers will be do really well. If you miss it once, you're going to lose everything.
If even one more Stalker squeezes through there, it changes the whole dynamic of the fight. So. Oof.
And also the positioning of the units on top of the ramp, just barely out of range from the Stalkers that he zoned down on the low ground. It was perfect what Alicia did over there.
Guys, we are going to take a very short break, and then game 3 when we get back.